Yeah, last three have been tough. Have been tough, and our guys have figured out a way to win, and proud of them for that. Had a great atmosphere, great crowd. We beat a really good basketball team tonight, a really well coached team, um, and a team that DeVille, Tymon, Marshawn Newell, them guys are good, and so we were at opportunities to kind of build our lead. Unfortunately, we didn't do it. A lot to do with them, and they made it a game, and they made it a grinder. And fortunately, we dug in. And last two nights, we had to make stops on the defensive end to get it done, and we did that. And I'm proud of our guys. And we'll get rest tomorrow, enjoy the Super Bowl a little bit, and then we'll get back on next week, Monday, Tuesday, and really kind of focus on us and not worry. You get Eastern Kentucky gets you in such a scout-specific way. You get away from just kind of your normal routine, and so we got to get back to that on Monday.
22 seconds. Just take it from Justin's turnover from there, basically.
I just thought to myself, damn. And I said, I hope we make a stop. I mean, ain't nothing you can do that. And so Cam made a big-time block. Moss chased down a big rebound, and we made free throws. And then we were able to corral DeVille at the end. And, we were debating. You always debate, do you foul? And it's going to be so close that it was going to end up being a half-court shot to where, you end up, fouling in the act. You never knew tonight what could be called. So, and that was like Gordon Hayward-esque in the national championship game, because when he shot it, I said, this has a chance. And fortunately, it didn't go down. But credit them. They've got a good team. And, I always say, EKU and Belmont, I kind of put them in their own little category because they're both very, very good and they're very unique. But Martin is, if not, they're one of the top one or two teams in this league, I believe.
Tie game, final minute, 60-60. You got what you wanted because you got the made three. Seymour finds Sapp. Just walk us through that final possession.
We were, Farrell was out. He came this morning. He was sick yesterday, and we didn't know it was going to be this bad. And they told me this morning to shoot around that, hey, he's left. They've sent him home. He's got 101 fever. And so, but you're still thinking, hey, he'll be fine. He'll play. And so when we're getting stops and we play four guards, we're good, But they were really jamming it in there, and we missed some open shots, and we didn't finish some plays. And we didn't run like we needed to run, even on misses. And, you don't see Cam a lot just walking it up. And so, got 60-60. And I just thought Justin made a good extra pass. It was late shot clock. And fortunately, Sapp, Seymour, last two nights, they've made plays. And that's what this comes down to. I'll critique myself, and I got to do better. And we got to get a way to get a little bit more structure at times, but even that, we missed some layups, and we come out of a timeout, we got a back cut layup and miss again, offensive foul, and so there really wasn't much to it. 7 seconds on the shot clock. I don't know why it wasn't a reset. I thought the guy had the ball and stepped out of bounds, but Seymour drove it, made the extra pass. Sapp's a senior, stepped up and did what a senior does, and we didn't chase that one long rebound down, or we could have been in good shape. And then DeVille's good, and he made a great play and got it to one.
Rambo's been on bench really for weeks. Gave you some really good minutes.
Yeah, he did, and that's what. He's been frustrated the last couple days. Really, since Jacksonville State, he's been frustrated and been dealing with that a lot. And I just tell these guys, I used to have the Cardell Jones Award, and I don't know how many of them really bought into it, but it says something about Cardell Jones, you know what I mean, to sit over there and then go win the 3 games he won. Holy smokes. But his preparation had to be great. And so we've tried to stay on Rambo. It's very tough in our league. It's hard to play four-post guys anywhere, okay? But if you're playing Eastern Illinois and they're playing Olivier and what's the other guy there? I know they got another big guy in there, Piper or something. You can play big. You play Moorhead, you can play big. You play Martin and they're playing Tymon Howard, it's hard to stay big or play Wayne and Jarvis. at the same time. So this was a game Rambo needed to step up because we needed a little bit more size on time on. I think we did a good job. Marshawn Newell was terrific, and DeVille was really good.
Defensively, you hold UT Martin about 42% shooting, 4 of 12 from 3. Did you like what you saw in that end of the ball?
Yeah, I think defensively we kept fighting. I thought they got some second chance opportunities, and I thought we were really fatigued getting back. I thought we gave them a couple easy baskets in transition. And if you really look at the 25 points they scored in the first half, I thought we really guarded them well the last 10 minutes. 5 points were on Farrell. He just wasn't ready, Then he was like, hey, if I'm going to be out here, I got to go. So then he picked it up for a minute, got them 2 layups, but then that was it. He was done. But we screw up a switch, they make a 3. We screw up another switch, they make a 2. So that's 10 out of their 25 points. So I thought we really guarded them well. Second half, and it's nothing. I mean, they were terrific. But I thought transition, we didn't get back a couple times. I thought they got some offensive rebound putbacks because we're small and we're playing 4 guards. And then make some tough shots. I mean, Newell made a couple big threes. DeVille, we didn't do a great job keeping him out of the paint. But I thought defensively we were pretty good. The pace of the game wasn't where we like it. But when we had opportunities, we had opportunities to push it to 10, 12, 14, and we just never could. And we kept giving them confidence. And then we had we got frustrated a little bit again, and everybody's yelling with the refs, not just our players, I'm just saying, but the crowd gets rowdy, and everybody, then we're going to the monitor, and I'd rather just play, because the slower it gets, that's not for us. You know what I mean? We got to play, and I just thought we got a little fatigued, but we figured out a way. But defense, I thought we were pretty good.
Games like this, being in close games now, 3 straight, help you when you get into late February, and especially in the
I think it's got to. I think it really does. I think it really helps us because we've made big shots, and it ain't nothing fancy we're doing. But I learned, as funny as my first year, somebody said, well, all you do is ball screen for Isaiah. Well, what would you do? You know what I mean? Well, we're winning. You know what I mean? So these guys, we got good guards. We want them to make plays. We miss some shots. We don't want to take too many threes. But I think them to be able to make stops late. We made one tonight. We made one against Eastern. And then we made big shots late. They have confidence in that. And even in Edwardsville, we had to make a big stop or 2.
You've been here for 3 long streaks, one with Billy, the 2 with you. At the end of the 23-0 run, wheels were wobbling a little bit. You played good teams last, so you can't really, I don't know that you can say the wheels are wobbling, but do you notice are there any similarities with maybe how your team's handling this streak in terms of, are they feeling it? I know you're 1 day at a time, but is there anything you can compare the 2?
We're going to tighten them on Monday. We need to tighten them a little bit. This is a fun ride. You want to enjoy it. You don't want it to end, but you got to keep working. And the 23-0 team, they weren't hard every day, but there was a little, But shoot, we're up 13 in that game, and then it should have been a block. It's a char. They call it whatever. It's a terrible call. Off the record, but I sent it in, and they called me and said, you're right, you know what I mean? So it should have been our ball up 13. Instead, it's an and one for them, and instead of being our ball up 13, it's our ball up 10, and that's when it started coming. But I didn't do a good job down the stretch in that game with our guys, but, we should have won that game, but the 17, the streak with Coach Kennedy, as an assistant, it's a little bit different. You know what I mean, the way your mentality is. But we do got to get back. And I told them in the locker room, I said, enjoy this. But we've been prepping so much since about Tuesday. We got to get back and just refine some things, get some rest, and get a little bit more focus because we're about to go on the road again for 2 out of our next 4.
Cam, you talked about great guards. He's just another one of the second fastest.
Yeah, I forgot to tell the team in the locker room after the game, and I apologized to Cam for that when I saw him, but he doesn't care. I haven't, Dave gives me these OVC Player of the Week stuff, so I don't even read it, to be honest. It's not about that. It's just about us guys, about this team, and, if everybody does well as a team, we'll win. And so I said something that came out there. We'll talk about it Monday and give them a ball on Thursday night at the game, and then we'll move forward. But to be the second fastest player at this university, it's pretty good. That's pretty good, man. He's a special talent, and, didn't shoot it particularly well, missed some shots he usually makes, but what a play he made on the defensive end. On the night you score your 1,000th point, you're remembered for your defensive play, and that's a sign of a special, special player.
Second time in a week, sort of had one of those brothers keeper moments where last week it was Farrell missing the free throws, Jarvis picked them up. Tonight, Seymour fumbles it away, and there's Cam at the end with his arm around him, like, we're good.
Yep.
It's just that
Yep.
selfless.
Yeah, they just told me, hey man, we got you, man, we got you, and they had him, and that's what Seymour said. Thank you, man, thank you. That's the first time I walked in. I said, you all right, Seymour? And he said, yeah, they got my back, and that was just kind of a fluke deal, man. You know, some nights when you have games like this, it's gonna happen like that. I mean, you know, we missed some layups and opportunities. I mean, we come out of timeout, we're up 3, we got a chance to go up 5. We back cut Moss, he's got a layup, he misses it. You know what I mean? It's one of those games, and you know, fortunately, we were able to figure out a way. But you know, hopefully, some people knock Martin off. You know, and in Belmont too, and open up our lead a little bit.
Not being from the state, I know basketball's big here. Is there any matter that the fact that the 2 longest streaks in the country reside in the state? There's another team in Lexington that has one, a few themselves.
Did Duke beat Virginia tonight?
Yeah,
Did they really? Well, you know, this is a great state for basketball. I mean, not just us and Kentucky and but Louisville, Western Kentucky. You know, Eastern went to the NCAA tournament. Moorhead's had some great ones with Kenneth Fareed, and there's some really good basketball in this state. You know, and anytime you mention with Kentucky, you know, that's a really good thing. And so, and Stephen F. Austin, I think, is in there too, aren't they? And Brad does a great job there and done an unbelievable job, really. But that's pretty cool, you know, when you really look at it, that 2 schools in the same state 4 hours down the road have the 2 longest streaks in the country. And so we'll try to keep that 1-game winning streak going.